So I've talked about the gaming industry before, and I've made many videos on this channel about the gaming industry and all that, and the symbolism in it. I've made many videos about it, and this is more research that I've got. You have this game that's called, I actually forgot what it was called, to be honest. It's called this. Was originally going to do it as a separate video, but decided to just include it in this because otherwise the video would have been like 2 minutes long. But it's a PC game, and we see this symbol here. It just looks like the pyramid with an eyeball in it. I mean, it kind of looks like a pyramid with an eyeball in it. That's what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like. Then again, you know, the same game. There's a character that uses a snake in the game. Don't really shock me. Now again, this could be a Freemason square and compass. Might not, who knows, but I thought I'd include it. Kind of looks like a Freemason square and compass on this girl. It really does. Which is the symbol here. That's exactly what it is. It's a symbol of Freemasonry. Then again, I've talked about this game many times before. I've made one video about it. I was going to wait until the game releases, but it's taken forever. So this is gameplay of the game. You have, it's called the Cult of Lamb. Basically, you create, I've exposed it in another video. You basically create a cult and you get people to join your cult. You have the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, and then a pentagram in a ritual circle. And then you have the cross, the double cross, which is a symbol of Satanism. It's known as the cross of the Leviathan, which is the devil. And this is what you have when it's the loading screen, a pentagram. I mean, doesn't really surprise me with, as I've said many times, with the scummy gaming industry, because they love to promote the Illuminati. I mean, let's be real, the gaming of today is trash and it's dead. It really is. The gaming of today is dead. I'm still waiting for a really good horror game to release. It's been years. Most of these horror games now, they're trash. They're absolute trash. And a lot of these indie horror games are garbage. They really are. None of these people can actually create a true horror experience. Resident Evil 8 was not a horror. Resident Evil 7 was not a horror. And people that say that they were scared of Resident Evil 7 are just beta males. I mean, because that game was not scary at all. It was just funny to laugh at. It was basically a Texas Chainsaw Massacre rip-off. That's all it was. That's all it was a rip-off. A very bad one. But this is how the gaming industry is now. It's dead. It's just all about promoting agendas. this woke culture. That's all it is. And I'll continue to keep saying it. The gaming industry is just run by a bunch of SJW beta males. And again, we already know that the Illuminati created video games. I mean, let's get real. There's an Illuminati game card for video games. So, why do you think so many video games have got symbolism in them? Because again, they control it. That's just facts. People can deny it as much as they want, but it's facts. That's why they promote so much symbolism like this in video games, indoctrination of the occult. Basically, occult agendas. Basically, promoting nothing but satanic imagery and occult symbolism and agendas. Because we all know they love to promote it. That they love to promote their occult agenda to corrupt the world even more than it already is. And as I've said many times, I've been gaming since I was a child. I grew up with gaming, so I know what it's become and what it's like. And I've basically seen the downfall of the gaming industry and what it's become now. It's just riddled with microtransactions and nothing but trash. That's all it is. It's just riddled with microtransactions and all that. Because that's the only thing that keeps the game alive now, isn't it? And as I said, many of these games that are in, and it's not this big companies that promote symbolism. If you want to make it anywhere in the gaming industry, you got to promote an agenda. Otherwise, you ain't gonna get nowhere. And it's just facts. I mean, just look at every game now. It's full of occult symbolism. I mean, just go look. Again, as I've said many times, they release games now. If you don't have the internet, basically single player games used to be, where if you buy a single player game, that it you'd be able to play it offline. It wouldn't require a patch or an update. Now it is required, even if the game is fully offline, like they claim. It has servers. Why does an offline game have servers? Why? Why does it have servers if it's an offline game? It's a scam. That's all it is. And as I said, the gaming industry, most of these people that buy digital games only, you're literally, it's just laughable when the servers go down and these people are like, oh, I can't play my games. Well, don't buy digital games then. Because whenever the servers go down, you can't play those games, even though it's a single player, because you bought it from the store, and they own the contract and the license and the rights. I mean, they own the rights to everything. They own the rights. That's why I don't buy digital games, or I only buy digital games if it is only digital, because it's a scam. Because when that license runs out or whatever, and you've literally paid full price for that game and you don't have access to it ever again. And yet all these people that say this nonsense like, oh, who buys physical games anymore? Who does that anymore? You're just a boomer. Yeah, it's funny because with these people, when they can't access their games, they start whinging. Well, again, don't buy digital games then. Don't buy them. I mean, let's get real. And again, the gaming industry, every game that comes out now is broken. It's beyond broken. I mean, how many years does it take to make video games now? They kept blaming it on this so-called that begins with a C. They were making excuses on. Has nothing to do with that. The gaming industry is dead. They just they don't know what to do anymore. What games to bring out? It's just the repeated same nonsense. The RPGs. I mean, how many RPGs are there out there? Half of them suck. I mean, they really do. The only decent RPG that I ever played was, and this has been a long, long time, and then but the game is full of occult crap. Skyrim. That was about it. Every other game is garbage. And The Witcher 3. That's about it. They're the only two proper RPG games that I've ever played. Oh, and Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk had a good storyline, but the game itself was just a broken mess. But that's the gaming industry now. They look to promote this symbolism with a pentagram and the all seeing eye on the loading screen. I mean, this is gaming now. This is what they love to promote. Oh, join a cult, join the Illuminati and all this crap. This game is garbage. From the gameplay that I've seen of this game, it sucks. It's just another generic game that's already been made multiple times. The only different, it kind of reminds me of that game, The Binding of Isaac, and that game wasn't very good at all. That game was just annoying. That game was just too annoying. I bought it on an old account that got banned and never played it again. Found it boring and stupid. Because most of these games that you see today are they're copied and pasted from really old games that are on like PlayStation 1. If you look up Binding of Isaac and look up the game loaded on PlayStation 1, it's basically just a copy and paste. You do the same thing. And that game was way better than Binding of Isaac. But this is gaming though, today. It sucks. It's all microtransaction, these SJW video games with this woke culture shoving agendas down your throat, rather than making good games now. It's just promoting symbolism. It's pathetic. And as I said, games are broken on launch. Then you have these fanboys. Oh, just wait for the day one patch. Just wait for the day one patch. Just wait for the day one patch. Little do these people realize that even after the day one patch, the game's still going to be broken. Look at Cyberpunk. People said that with that, and the game was broken. Still to this day. Still broken, still to this day. And again, you have the fake gamers. The fake gamers basically, and the devs as well. They're just lazy now. The devs of today, they can't be bothered putting effort in creating a good horror anymore. Nothing. And you see all these clone video games now. These horror indie games. They're just trying to copy PT and failing miserably. If you're going to make a game like PT, just copy the whole game, make a copy and paste, and take the game from there on. I mean, you ain't going to get done for a lawsuit because the game doesn't exist anymore. It got cancelled. If I was going to make a horror game, I'd literally copy what Konami did. I'd copy that. Well, it's called Kojima. I'd copy what he did with the PT game, copy all of that demo until it ended, then carry on from there. But no, these developers today are just pure morons and don't know how to make a real horror game. If you're gonna rip off a game that got cancelled, at least rip it off properly. Because they can't sue anyone for it because the game doesn't exist. It got cancelled. It got ripped off every store. It doesn't exist at all. So, but these devs are just morons. They just want to continue this PT. No game will come close to that. That game actually, if you actually ever played that demo, it would strike fear into you because that guy actually knew how to make proper horror games. These clowns don't. I mean, then again, Kojima, the only garbage game that he ever made was Death Stranding. That game sucked ass. Really did. It sucked. That was the only game that he made, and it was trash. But it's gaming of today. It's dead. Let's get real, it is dead. That's why every single game is just this now, this indie game. Oh, let's join our cult. Let's join our cult. Let's promote the Illuminati. Let's promote the Illuminati and join our cult. Let's not make a good game anymore. Let's just promote the Illuminati. I mean, if you can't see in the gaming industry now, so many things. We could literally sit here all night. We could literally sit here all night, exposing the gaming industry for what it is. And again, like I said, games are broken, and then you have these basically paid shills that paid to play games like this, give it 10 out of 10. This game, to me, it sucks ass. The level design is boring. It's just the same thing over and over and over again. And yet it's took them this long to give an actual release date. The game looks like it was made in 5 minutes. Again, it's just all this crap. And you see that you got a pyramid. These light caps. Got a pyramid with a cross. And I've said many times that the symbol of a cross is not Christian, nor is it a good symbol. It is a pagan symbol, and it always has been. But again, these churches not continue to use this symbol because, one, most of them are owned by the government, and they promote crap. It is a symbol of paganism. I mean, why do you think the Romans crucify people in that way to start with? Because again, the Romans were into myths, like these Greek gods like Zeus and all that. It is a symbol of paganism, the cross. It seriously is. It's a symbol of paganism. But again, as I said, you have these Twitch streamers and all that basically kissing these games rear end, saying the whole gaming is awesome and all that. No, it isn't. Gaming is dead. That's just a fact. And it really is pathetic. Because these paid shills are not real gamers to start with. They're just shills that love to shill stuff. As I said, the one who awaits, all I ask is for you to start a cult in my name. Do we have a deal? So the whole purpose of this game is just you creating a cult. They might as well come out and admit it, that we're promoting Satan. They might as well rename the whole game And the name as well, Coat of Lamb, reminds me of that stupid band that I exposed years ago. They were called that as well. I think it was something of lamb. I mean, one, you're not the lamb to start with. You always notice the Satanists and that they call themselves the lamb. It's basically a mockery because they want to promote themselves as righteous when in reality they're not. But this is all gaming is now. Symbolism. Occult crap. Rather than making a good game anymore. They'll just do this crap. Again, yeah, even in the logo, you have an upside down cross. I mean, the name of the game says it all. You're creating a cult. You're promoting the Illuminati. You're indoctrinating people to join a cult. So, again, upside down cross. Right there. The star of witchcraft and the star of Satanism. But again, like I said, you have these streamers that will say that these games are great and that these games are 10 out of 10 and this game is awesome and the gaming is not dead and gaming is awesome. No, you're just in denial and you're a shell. They'll say nothing negative about video games these days, these shows that are on Twitch, because they're paid. Basically, they sign an NDA, like these so-called YouTubers that get an early copy of a video game. They show it. They don't say how it is. They don't say how it is. They show the game. They say, "Oh, this game is great. This game is awesome." Yeah, of course they're gonna say that because they've been paid to say that. Which again, anyone that has been given a copy of a video game by a company shouldn't trust anything that they say. Shouldn't trust anything that they say because they've been paid. If they haven't been paid and they've just been given a game for free, then that's a difference. But if they've been paid to review it, then there's no doubt they're probably a shell. And they're going to lie to you and say that the game is great. So many people have took sponsors for Raid Shadow Legends. The game's trash. There's a reason why they have to keep making people take sponsors for that. Because the game is one of the worst games on the planet. Same as League of Legends. I played that once, downloaded it for free. I don't understand why it's so big. It's boring. You can't even see what you're doing in the game. I hate games like that, where it's an overhead view. It's just annoying. Games like that do me head in. Again, it has a leveling system. And it has the logo of an all-seeing guy again. Multiple all-seeing guys. It's not a shock anymore. But again, this is gaming. This is what gaming is now. It's not about quality anymore. It's not about quality. It's not about giving people, the consumer, what they want. It's all about a political agenda. That's all it is. Just like The Last of Us 2. That was about promoting a political agenda. Shoving things down your throat. And the main dev of that game called people bigots because they didn't like a scene that was shoved down the throat. Again, loading screen. You're basically summoning someone. They might as well just admit it. You're summoning the devil. I mean, it's just a joke. But this is the gaming industry. Because most of these companies do worship the devil. They really do. Again, there's a currency used for all manner of things. So obviously this game you're going to have to grind. Doesn't surprise me. So the lust for gold. Again, upside down, pentagram, all-seeing eye. And it said, here's the leveling system. As you get to clearly see this here. This here is the symbol of the cross of the Leviathan, which is a main occult. Just go look it up. Where it says and there's actually people out there that think, because it says there's the Leviathan, where it's basically described as a Leviathan in the sea. People actually take that literally and think that there's a fire-breathing dragon in the ocean. You'd have to be, one, dumb, two, you'd have to have a really low IQ, and three, people just can't understand basically parables and that. So it's just another name for the devil. And yet idiots think that there's a fire-breathing dragon in the bottom of the ocean. Also, people think that Godzilla is going to come up out of the sea in the apocalypse. I mean, get real. I mean, there is no such thing as Godzilla. There is no such thing as a fire-breathing dragon in the ocean. It doesn't exist. It's nonsense. And to the people that actually believe that, there's no evidence. None. But even the Leviathan cult knows that. Why do you think they call it the Leviathan? Because it's the devil. It's another name for the devil, the dragon, the snake, the serpent, the Baphomet, Molech. The list goes on. It's just all names for the devil. Apollo, Apollyon. It's just all names for the devil. All of it is. But again, and tarot cards, we've already exposed them. That's witchcraft. Tarot readings. So again, we have pentagrams floating in the air. Whoops, and what looks like upside down crosses. You have a pentagram again, you have an all-seeing eye. I mean, as you can see from the game, it just looks like a generic game that's already been made multiple times. It's kind of boring. The game is kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. As you see, this hallowed ground, which once was mine, is now yours. This crumbling ruin is to be the site of your new cult. As you see, so that's all you're really doing in this game. That's it. That's all you're doing in this game. It's gonna get repetitive very fast. And as you say, it says the light in this world. So again, they're just admitting who this cult is. It's the devil. It's Satanism. They might as well just come out and admit that, hey, we're praising Satan here. So it's basically teaching you how to become a Satanist. Because again, the light in this world is known for so-called Jesus Christ. But we know with the Satanists and the Luciferians and the Illuminati, they believe that Lucifer is the true light. They believe that Lucifer is the true light of this world. So you basically indoctrinate people to become a Luciferian. Again, you can either spare them. I think you can either get, this was taken ages ago, you can clearly see by the date. on the image, but I believe you can either kill them or spare them, let them join your cult. As you can see, indoctrinate into cult, and then as soon as you indoctrinate them into a cult, an all-seeing eye appears out of nowhere. Boring. It looks like a mobile game. It really does. But this is gaming in 2022. This is what people want. Rather than a good game, oh, let's just have these Zoomer games that suck. I mean, what a joke. This kind of looks exactly like the game that I've seen a game like this. It reminds me of Stardew Valley, and also another game that was released on the Nintendo Switch one. I think it was Animal Crossing, because you do the same thing, and another one. So it's just a copy and paste in the same games again. I mean, who wants to do this? It's boring. If I wanted to cut a tree up, I'd just go outside and do it. It's boring. As you see, the all-seeing eye monument everywhere. As you can see, you're building your little occult base. Again. I mean, it's very boring from the gameplay that I've seen. And again, you may think that these levels are very long. No, they're not. The gameplay that I saw, I mean, the level was less than 5 minutes. So this game ain't going to be very long. And I guarantee you this game is full price. Again, a door with all-seeing eyes on it, a pentagram and an upside-down cross. And of course, the solar eclipse phases, which the Satanists keep an eye on, so they can do rituals when a blood moon happens. Again, this was the trailer. Praying to Satan here. Now again, I've exposed this game many times. Many times now. They love promoting this. They did it last year, and they just keep doing it again and again and again. So they love the number 666. It's the number of the devil. So again, 6 days, 6th anniversary, 6 days, multiple sixes here. Devil's number. Again, I showed this once in a video. Obviously, this is not a true address, or maybe it is, but, 666, and it's in Canada. The 666 probably isn't real, but there has been buildings that people do own that equal 666. Believe it was someone like Donald Trump or something that had a address name says 666. Again, this is another game. This game is not in English. It's in, I believe, Spanish. But it has the all-seeing eye of Horus, as you can see. This game is trash as well. It's probably got to be one of the worst games that I've ever seen. So there's this company called I think that says Ad Raim Games, and it has the Eye of Horus. As you can see, the Eye of Horus, that's what's thrown in your face as soon as the game is loaded up. This is just the cult crap. People said this was supposed to be inspired by Silent Hill. It's nothing. I watched the whole game, and it was nothing like Silent Hill, nothing. Again, the game, It's called Injection. And straight away, it looks like a hand there with an all-seeing eye in it. This game kind of looks like a game that you would find on PlayStation 2. And it kind of runs like one as well. And I can't believe that this game is like nearly £30. As you can see, the all-seeing eye. I got this footage of YouTube because, one, I'm not going to buy this game. No way. Game's trash. Yeah, the Eye of Horus that flies in your face. And that's what I mean. People say this was supposed to be inspired by Silent Hill. Don't think it is. Because Silent Hill, no one can create a game like Silent Hill. Never. It's never going to happen. It's literally impossible. Especially with the developers of today. They're idiots. They don't know what a true horror game is anymore. Again, an all-seeing eye. As you can see, this is a Spanish game. Because DOS is Spanish. It's a strange picture. Notice the picture's only got one eye. And the Freemason large floor. I mean, this game looks like a PlayStation 2 game. It really does. With the graphics. I understand that it's an indie game, but this game is really garbage. I mean, this is... If you're saying this is inspired by Silent Hill, then, I mean, this is basically just a rip-off of it. Kind of looks like an all-seeing eye there. Notice this owl. The owl really usually refers to Molech or the occult. Goes back to Egypt, where they worship the owl. As you can see, the symbolism in it. Again, of course. I mean, none of this was in Silent Hill. Again, why is this in the game? It's just an excuse to promote Freemasonry. There's the logo, right there. So anyone that wants to deny and say, oh, the Illuminati is not promoted in video games, well, again, there's the Freemasons. There's the logo right there. And this is not the only logo. Again, he goes in this room. We've seen this symbol, the snake eating its own tail, as a symbol of witchcraft, black magic. And as I said, this game really runs like garbage. It's literally, you literally do nothing the whole game. You just hide. It's boring. Freemason large floor, he goes into this room, and of course there's a Freemason square and compass, and of course the Egyptians, because we all know that the Egyptians were Freemasons. They were. Most of the crap that they believed was a cult. As you can see, the Freemason logo there. There's no denying it. Freemason large floor. The all-seeing eye. All-seeing eye. I mean, when I first saw this game in the PlayStation store, I thought, oh, this is pretty interesting. And then saw a gameplay of it and thought, damn, this game sucks. Again, another company. This game, as well as I've never liked the first one. I've had this screenshot for a long time, but they just love this number 999. Reverse that 666. Everyone knows that 999 is 666 in reverse, and this game sucks as well. The only good zombie game that was ever made was the original Resident Evils. I'd say that was probably about it, because there's not really been zombie games compared to Resident Evil. And I'm talking about the old classic ones, not the Zoomer ones of today. You have many symbols here the yin yang, the Eye of Horus, the black sun, which the Nazis worshipped, the one eye again. And again, I didn't notice it before, but now I notice it. Kind of looks like a massive all-seeing eye. Now again, upside down crosses. What a shock. Again, all-seeing eye. And that's how you save the game. You have to go to an all-seeing eye on the floor. Freemason Lodge floor. As I said, that's all you do. I don't have a clue what this says, because I don't speak Spanish. But it's probably some occult crap. I can barely make out what that image is in the background. Kind of looks like a dog or something. And then you have the Freemason Lodge floor. Of course, you have one scene where you're playing with a damn Ouija board. Of course. So, doesn't really shock me. It's probably got to be the first game that I've ever seen where you're using a Ouija board. Now this is another one. It's called The Witching Hour. As an all-seeing eye, right at the menu. And these are indie games. These are not from AAA companies. So you see, it's not just from AAA companies like scumbags like EA, Bethesda, and all that, Activision and all that. It's indie games as well. And of course, there you go. You have the Illuminati logo in the shape of a pentagram, the Star of Molech. It's all the same symbol with the Illuminati logo in it. They just love promoting it, don't they? And there you have it right there. And you have to collect multiple of these to open a door, as you can clearly see. And then you have the Illuminati all-seeing eye again. One eye symbolism again. Of course, you had tarot cards again, promoting witchcraft. I mean, there again, it was called, I believe, the Witching or Watching Hour, the Devil, the Baphomet. Now again, as you can see, there's multiple coin things that you have to pick up, and they've all got a pentagram on. Now this is a game, I completely forgot what it was called now, because I believe it was Them and, I think it was Them and Us. You had the pentagram, Baphomet star in the intro. As you can see, upside down cross, Baphomet, all-seeing eye. And I believe this is a screenshot, and I believe this is a company, and this was a Lego game, so they're supposed to be for kids, aren't they? This is what they promote, so I guess there's a company that has an all-seeing eye on it. Doesn't shock me. Then you have this. Saw this recently. This is probably nothing, but just included it anyway. You have a triangle with an eyeball in it. It's probably nothing, like I said, but you never know with these people. You never know. Again, that was that character in that game. He has a snake. Of course, I've talked about this game before with the agenda and the month that was going on. Again, you can obviously know what I'm talking about here. Now again, this was from a Lego game. As you see, Lego Harry Potter. And of course, 11, and it has the Eye of Horus. And there you go. There's the Dead by Daylight logo with the rainbow that they love to shove down people's throats. So yeah, I've been exposing the gaming industry for years upon years now. Many years. I mean, just go check out the playlist that I've got. Over nearly, I think almost nearly 300 videos. That's 300 video games exposed. Nobody else has exposed video games like I have, so yeah. The gaming industry, once again, exposed for what it really is. I know nobody's really gonna watch this video, but it is what it is. So yeah, this video is out the way now. I've only got probably about 5 or 6 more videos to do. So yeah.